All right, into my mentionable aqua baby na menkama Osman ena Joel akaba na yamfan komono emfansi shado ewo ho ene yenyina ne yeboshiade yes yeboshiade ayene bribiba inyane yamfa political lens ene yade hwe bada objectively you scrutinize the issues na yehu ama wonso a ewo fie no ati enuoma bi ase aya menya gide ebeti nyoma ase so that ebema you don't stand on a political view but on an objective mind you also share your ideas with us. Alaji
Kwamina.
Salamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ya ide?
Afia lo ya kaima.
Alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah.
Ama yo la asiru. Ama wa asiru. I say be I fine.
Oh, Christ now do be I fine.
They am kopana say.
Unkrofo na say sumu wa do when be 2 days here we abri bia na. Say kan no.
How I dream dumso no. In fact, I want to say readjuma. Virtually, another bonina revolves around or utility, especially lights. I use
yes.
And in the say readjuma, say lights in the offer. In fact, you know what will happen. And in the 1 hour coasters, 1 hour pamaza was the electric machines was the juma. Virtually, 1 hour use the computers now that was the juma 1 power supply no. When you that much storage is in the it affects their productivity.
Yes.
Business is on to Monkoye. And they be America. Yes, we all understand and know the energy challenges will come hardy. But then all do say let's respect our consumers, you know. At least if bibi recorder one man for knowledge, you know. Na who the a bia na answer when yam wo 2 o'clock and they be 1 o'clock bia. Lights in the bodum no for 2 hours, 3 hours, and sana ya so that we simple plan wa brabo no around that man situation. No. But then it's no man way dum light. Sometimes if you in charge your phone, enya hwe enyumbu na film na light no ko. Last week ekwa akwohwe Champions League bo. Ye hwe ball na pana film na waje light na fi nsem.
Ana ekohwe bi obebi mansusu bro no.
So you can imagine.
Brother.
Aya onye is in Siabasre. I know the ECG for what saying.
Yeah.
Please, one man shadow know what is happening.
Yeah.
One man information, and sometimes even if you are discussing their issues now, and you may be able to address the issues, you know, but the entity and I will map and we doom light, or map and we doom light. My believe in coffee on our session, but I pray and hope that they will do the needful.
Yeah. I like you when I say,
Joel,
what's it? If in pieball.
Gwabla mfabozi what's ababone drivia si enyambira ebobi enyambira ebobi eja adamodum fun yakopon won hia mobo yen yembo ne bebrebe oza china wa boy yen so wa hwe ne kankra nti mpaboyi
bibi ayeboko
adum ne humobol nti yedasi yetase I'm like, so I'm a pane, and then I saw an apa, or a big deal.
Yeah, a big deal,
a big deal, auntie. Yemu binum say, Yamima and Aquina Damna say, Yadane, sir. Or the chain, ye to me, and see how who in him. Now, ye live through the day, ama, or about 2 up on her.
Yeah,
no, today we are grateful to God. Auntie. Bibi aboko mjeje waso wo.
Oh, Christ and Adam.
Kana meti ache.
Asumpo meti won ka ache na meti na wo se awo ye Memphis.
Wakamna im de Ghana fu wa. We are one of the most understanding people. Ghana fu yenkofu be etins asama asepa. Because ordinarily some business card to prepaid until you don't have the right to be doing.
Ever take a light in off. Because I've paid for it.
You know, but because task understanding people in so far. So what do light in pa? Your mama kakra ni EJ.
Yes.
But I think I agree with my brother Osman that because yet asemasi into young can there we do me and lights even though you have to prepare it, so we take them on legally. But me can you there? One may who there the membri will do me and can ya. Now here see as our plan. Because see, young fan brain now. Abani is looking at increasing revenue. we see our GRA for free. We also will increase one revenue target, and we need people to produce.
Productivity we meet one revenue target.
Absolutely. And you say abundance impose and also granda me just the way free okwechi. Inti painfulity. The doom na so na free na on and it is affecting the productivity. And once that is affected, or by affect the revenue mobilization of government. Since you are more betting tax for. So the revenue are abandoned only if you want to wait for. So it means that we have to get it from somewhere. It's easy for more, you know. Sabio, what's a ebo ye ma bra, more trade non it if you. It's your feed and hand over in a bra.
And more teaching than I want to that. If there is a challenger, we need to know. I mean, are you right to know?
Yes.
Are you right to know?
Yes.
Because echo other jurisdiction, competition, I can switch to other network. Me pay into one thing that grow, but you know, the one best one party state, the monopoly system, no, into. But I mean, I'm not tempted to believe that doom so error ne yakom name or a problem.
No, come on. Okay. So can you doom nessa or so?
Oh, you doom so.
It's as simple as that.
But you see, the challenges problem we want started this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That is why I mean what problem. So I started this year and KBR straight for the BR challenges been but even your quarter abonumpono. There were light challenges. It's about the ECG for close to getting to 8 months now. Or 1 year. Problem cause shawa mande to any stable energy supply no. One to one can come French and day. ABC no code to know. 1 man time nation and so on. I mean they should respect us. And then some are kind. So your postpaid matters they be a wolf revenue generation no. Or but chance and once I be at the end of the month go funtia. But you can say in the Ghana they are close to 70% of us. And you use prepaid. Prepaid in pay now as first man could me use my light with you. First, we try 30 Ghana, 10 days, 12 days. Which am I
This I said on the third is an increment, tariff increment will take effect.
You see the problem?
Yeah.
It's one respect young consumers in a day saying you are when you want no problem you show behind.
I did a call from Telkrade. There was a family in work at Telkrade, KDD's Kakra. What's an power go to prepaid 40 Ghana by a Nimbri night, Wassa.
You say, made to me free your feel.
Yes.
Me free your feel, made to me
so free bill.
Because look, and you see, the more oye at it, on a day. I mean, my Tommy prepaid and cash in term. Light. I listened to the PRO on news in the day. What's it? Yenyan kota easier. This on and off your book up to August.
We should anticipate.
Absolutely. Obia function team there from now up until August. You know. The on and off is about at least according to the PRO.
Into your budget are you to factor it into it?
Yes.
Wow.
They are telling us that after August, na ABR you been stable electricity.
Okay. All right. Nyame betre. But you are using common any that the President of the Republic officially, I mean, will launch a code of ethics as many appointees. And before then, in 2013, something of that sort, on a code of ethics for ministers and political appointees, the same. So online, I mean, can we be having code of ethics? And McKay, this is not the first time Abanibi in the Fourth Republic, but in the previous, Kwame Nkrumah or Yebi, the in Buzio Crown Ponusu Yebi, Nusu Dibi debate. So, should it be part of our constitution, or should it pass an ally on it? Another Abanibi to guide the appointees. Do we need it at all?
Okay, Kwame Medasi pin. Ma menchia seniors always de na menchia itefu. I mean, it's been a while. Good afternoon to everybody. But first of all, ma main education kakra. you know, there are public servants and there are civil servants.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes we use them interchangeably. You know, a public servant or a civil servant.
Yes.
But civil service or a different, not too different, but public service is broader than civil service. So you have a public service, you can including doctors and nurses. But you have a civil servant, usually you can one away directly for government in terms of ministries, agencies, and departments. On the them doctor phone count, nurse phone count, so there is a civil service and there's a public service. In fact, Seko Ghana 1992 Constitution I think that 2 or 3 pages is for code of conduct for public servants in the Constitution. So if my memory serves me right, if you go to Article 284 through to I think 288 or 289, it talks about code of conduct for public servants. So it means that already there were some existing provisions of law or guide public servants. And they say ebisama, if I'm speaking pure law in terms of what the Constitution says, and you know already the previous administration or tried there or pass a bill of code of conduct for all public servants and civil servants included, but it couldn't go through. So there's an existing bill or like that. I don't know the plans of this government, ABR, or by adopt a bill and they relook at it, take it back to Parliament, and then we pass a law. But if say a pure laws the Constitution is clear in one that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and that all laws which are inconsistent with the Constitution to the extent of the inconsistency is null and void. So that will mean that Siyafa ma or young Constitution Ghana Mambrana is supersede all laws in this country. But if I look at the code of conduct in the Constitution, I ask myself, is that exhaustive enough for public service or public servants? And unfortunately, if I'm in a around so I don't have my Constitution around. But so I'm trying to quote from my head straight for maybe one exactly. So I'm saying that yes, many will argue that there were existing in Brabibri, and we even have one in the Constitution. Why there is Excellency the President? No, so Obama ne appointees new code of conduct. I agree with people who argue that. But on top of that, questioning maybe some way there. So yes, those provisions in law now, or yeah, exhaustive enough there, or yeah, enough there, or cover all aspects of our professional life and our working life and I think that the answer is no. We will need a lot more legislation over support what is in the Constitution. What is critical in the Constitution, it talks about the asset declaration. I think in 286 or 287. 286, right? It talks about asset declaration, and this is the interesting thing. What you can, one boy is Excellency the President Nambado. He's a kind person. But I think that in this particular instance, he's being too nice.
I think that there's a loophole in the Constitution with regards to asset declaration, because a time able to as a declare that is coming into office, but a period of time if you default, the punitive measures attached to it. I don't know. I haven't come across it, but I don't know.
Okay, the reason why I'm saying that Yamba is essentially the president in Aberdeen there. Naturally, say the man is a nice man or is a kind man. But I think that on the bit of code of conduct, especially asset declaration, he's being too nice. And make him. Now, such a constitution, the constitution is clear. 2861 says that you have to declare your assets 3 months into the coming into force of this constitution, that is 92 now way constitution, or before taking office. Tochede 92 ne 3 months before into the coming into existence of the constitution, we came away for 92 fun. But for in here the current time you're before coming into office. So this is the thing. Say your Asset Declaration Act, or what on a grace period of 6 months. Already that is inconsistent with the constitution. But maybe can I catch the constitution here clear? I think in 1.1.2 or 2.1 that I stand for correction, or one of the two, that any law that is inconsistent with the constitution, to the extent of that inconsistency, is null and void. Inti ochede say won brebi wo ho a onye constitution onye nko ana onye constitution bu ebra dem mbran baby onye constitution bu ebra no ono onye adwuma. In this instance, ma onye constitution bu ebra no onye there constitution say ansa na se wa pa emi kwesi dem mbezi minister ansa na mabaka swam oath of allegiance and oath of secrecy ni na no or them declare my asset am wonyina. Ya pass bill bi so parliament or chede e obusu mesi e botu mezi declare wa asset ndo chede e wo no ebrebo bi wo na say ebrebo babza or the from all constitution mu. So the man is nice, his excellency is nice. Inti no mama 31st March ebu 31st March no do so oh penyin is sebe oba ojennen gu na da wontwa nche na wopapa nti masenso mama up to Wednesday May 7th, right? Okay, already a law has been broken. The law which has been breached is that declare ansana akọ ntoni ye when declare ansana wa ba office ntoni we bumbrado nti yamfa the opportunity amazing more there, even though ebum branodon opportunity amazing more there. Oh, 31st March by them time they declare 31st March and so now appointees so the bin ma sense ebu them directive no do. But the excellency the president, because he's being too nice and wasn't someone up to May 7th. I think his excellency has been too nice. But you have to reason why I'm there he has been too nice now. Okay. Mbra ho. We boom brando me ya papanti mo ba okona ojennen gumnada mun twanchin ordinarily nche ibu constitution do za njode e mambrani uzi but e boom brandon ma sense ma mo another opportunity that sense ye and so asenso ebu them opportunity no do na ma sense ma mo another opportunity biem there by May 7th 7th yeah I know I heard them I think it's been too nice. Because this is the thing. We say that His Excellency Lonnie NDC was about to reset the country. If we are here to reset, no chede and cano anemon be aye to no or the and we have to do that drastically and forcefully. O sende Ghana you know nyimpa bia o wiase ni say emman kon kakre bia they will begin to do what they like. So we have come to learn that for us, Ghana food, if you do not force the food down our throat, it's bad. Is it change ma? In His Excellency the President, I get what he is trying to do because he's a man on a mission to reset the country. But if indeed we want to reset ZAR, we have to be forceful and whatever the consequences, respectfully, damn it. And let's prove to the people out there, Ghana for there. In fact, you bear and reset and pantan you bear.
So in this instance, those who want to breach on the asset declaration, outright, you should have sacked them.
Absolutely. Because look, 288, I think, says that, say, Obi breacher, the provision of the constitution now, or they will make complaints to the Shraj.
Yes.
And Shraj, answer no be an investigation, or then you or breaching, or no up, Oma is either right or give your reason why may breach, men to men declare my asset.
Yes.
To aid the investigations in our right? Okay. So if there's that provisional, it means that in Chenyimpaya we breach them provision of the constitution in 286. They must have by now written to Shraj boss with good reasons and not reasonable reasons, if I'm not speaking tautology, to say that in declare an asset. But come on, think about it. Madam asset and liabilities declare it. A Kobe Amazibia, Munfon to carted Munkadam, Mazidam Codem. A Japazam will be unfun to carted them. How is this difficult to do?
It's just a form that you feel.
No, near Nizen on his. Come abobra. If you be unable to do her. Into if you're dead woman. Maybe I near Cassie BNB and I near the neighbor Sebi and I a companies binazi. Yes, see, Yermu Juma as part of conditions IS Bomu Jumano for Kade or the Mazi na the Mazi Kafa Kate Sebio Keke Netron or them or the Mazi Mezameka Keke. No sooner as in for a minister of state and a deputy minister of state, a Wako schooler, onim ABCD de ne is drawer. That alone in itself raises concerns for me. On top of that, there was a presidential directive. Teo, yes, I be Emi, na mutina mi fichibi, na muso camera simudu na mukade o. Mesha ministers nyade wanye demo. His Excellency the President nankasa. No see, mamo the mimbri there declare what asset. Our ear minister is my year. How does that speak of your respect for His Excellency the President? How? It is a HNB Emmy ban say direction. Namus oh mommy wala snobun. That's a HNB Mijaho. Namu do obi ojina chen or disrespecting mammy motu markedia. Absolutely. So I think what these ministers and deputy ministers, why they have rather opened the way, the gateway for other people to be able to chastise this and I don't into my own view. So even if we put law aside, the picture they have painted there when the presidential directive done and all over the world the presidential directive on yes more to know. Come on, this is the first gentleman of the land. Read Article 57, you find it there. Constitution says that he take precedent over all other persons in this country. And that man gives you a directive grounded in law. You know, no sara upon okedo. Me feel it there or there. Benyinfo wash the matter in the it is grounded in law. Waba no one more direction. Away a minister. If you don't put it was a first time MPs. No one more deputy minister. First time MP, one more deputy minister. President see Yedemazia umbrete chira as no man yet. And His Excellency the President is saying that one more another grace period of 3 days, 4 days. No, I think it's been too nice, especially at the reset hour. It has been too nice. But beyond all of this, so a code of conduct, Matiti, oh, but the public services, they have their own set of code of conduct to watch it when you dem. Look, a painful no can ask him, what's the number doing point same quite? Mamma, I don't know pure kakra. Maybe as watching is a man with watching, but still I've been a num kakan and quantakan.
In Crown on Cheribia, whip you.
I never about to train Crown. Don't say about Crown, but in 3 days, I shall within 1 day.
In particular, the number 20 made me a do.
Right. So the point is that, yes, Nipaya Konya Bena every time be a new challenges. Until with the new challenges all ban so yes you share for free as the other yes a cater those new challenges until I'm a fee there my Excellency is abe on yet mbra as in mbra there's an executive instrument
yes
and now is a parliament legislative
yes
no but easy oh yeah in here ye shame na yes ansana agro bi wo ha wozi se pede ezi dem agro ni bia onezi yedemi iyimanye yedemi iyimanye ono na kwesi bronyi ti ase no also friend convention. So this, in my estimation, are conventions that His Excellency is putting out for his appointees to agree on. Because don't forget that if you read further the Constitution, it says that if a president has discretionary power, or if anybody has been given discretionary power, I think it's 297 or so. So more discretionary power. That power includes the power to appoint and disappoint. So essentially, the president has the right to appoint and disappoint. If you read implied powers also in the Constitution, he has the right to appoint and disappoint. But or catch or the answer the my appoint no, and then my appoint wa them agree easy as in being a minister or a deputy minister. No humbra yepede is 2 years is able to stay into my go. So we should commend His Excellency the President. But beyond that, me feel the yemfa nko Parliament more than on yem brankasa, you know, and let's expand the scope of it. Because if it is only about asset declarations, are too narrow.
Okay.
It's expanding. But today, but I listened to bits and pieces of it. That, for instance, say what was it? Mob 20,000.
20,000. You need to declare.
Come on. I'm going to young kind of quench down for now. Say down for. But you're Ghana highway. Akutia of MPs. No, Akutia of Ministers of State. You made oyi. Oya anum you dry. But one responsibility is so odos high.
Obia bro 20,000 Ghana cedis. Munko boni de munko chief of staff for the many 20. So having that convention in an office is different. But on Sukrampo or draw another argument that so if there Sikano another gift in Drew 20,000 Ghana cedis, it is right to accept that gift.
But I'm a question first in there.
So whereas other jurisdiction it is being frowned upon that a hold public office as a minister, any appointee by the government, you ought not to receive even a gift.
You see, Ghana, we are as part of our regulations in this country, we have something called gift tax. They say obicha was beyond a certain amount. I think 500 cedis or so.
You need to pay tax on it.
Or they could pay tax on it. So by this directive of His Excellency the President, is he saying that? So obi bacha minister biazi ma ondu 20,000 minister on function who could monko tax. Is that the import of what he's saying? Yeah, bisa questions. Yankashi.
That's some of can answer bisa questions.
Okay. Again, today His Excellency we abechen 2 cars. You see, they say leadership by example.
Yes.
Question bisa and the cars in 2 cars was bechen. Oh, Ozama aban Ghana aban.
Like a presidential post.
Them one and check.
On the channel about Kwandu there.
It's important.
Yes, we need to know. And this is not the first time.
No. It's important to know Nimpa Ozzy them cast tune as the chair president. We declare so that we know the motive behind the gift now we receive.
Because I hear now appointees you go back and say president wants to put in your car too. And declare or phone declare but once you put there's about 2 waji. Wajibribia osombo we declare but say also on your gifts.
You see the reason why I'm pay pede important today yehu nimpa and edwumakun there. So the edwumakun wa benefit some way somehow I bet in yehu. And now impa cross the channel so benefit
in the future our intent. We need to know.
Yeah, bet in yehu. Waka 2 cousins or that bano watch him to we commend him, we applaud him for that. But we demand an accountability. There His Excellency the President respectfully. Umba yepedi yehu there. Wanum anenwana abedwuma or them can or the child. And have they received any benefit some way somehow because of the child cantana? Because leadership by example is important.
Now the presidency, is it open for receiving gifts?
Oh, come now. Gift the dana ke penny azi. Je eko hinifia na eko hinfia. Intum for onsapan. Into motibia obeyazi was bibi kakra baba. But question is there. The 20,000 no. How did they arrive at the 20,000? And Ghana averagely 20,000 yes kakra.
David.
One salary simple no It is either little above 20,000.
Yes.
Ministers one salary. It is little above 20,000. And so bring my minister be 20,000 in terms of either value another sika physical import. That's how quantify the monthly salary sika original. Then you realize this is virtually the same thing.
Yes, so 20,000 is too much. It is it is a way of exerting accountability and stopping corruption or reducing corruption. It should be
outright you cry. They don't receive.
Absolutely. Don't take any gift. But you might be was it doing no one did minty. Say be bananche because average salary.
I don't know if he declare. Oh no. So what did you want to do? It's maybe you do now, but he declare.
No, come now. The average salary of a Ghanaian. Oh yeah, around in fact entry level graduate, area school for around 2,000, 2,500. It is central pagan or 2,500.
Normal. Because I don't think as a minister, whether deputy or substantive minister, or busy 2,000 will influence you. But 20,000 and over to say 50,000 on the better or by any
bits.
Yes,
I in the bits in there about 20, 10.
A week later, Mama,
the land of possibilities. And some of you can make sure about beating if you are not into the reason why but then you are when it comes to laws with Krum Hadi. We are one of the best in the world. In Brebia, you will Krum Hadi. But Robert, you to know maneuver around those umbrella. Now on benefits, it is what young politicians, young leaders, they know how to do best. Because in the BB Abaka young court, I will quote article, no be sure quote BB. The people who church are some no matter, but we are chimpono. Now walk useless or honor. Con of course that me yes home come I starting the under to Joe so be with you. Yes home come. But the issue about the gift, the conflict of interest aspect now that is the most important thing.
So that lead me to Article 248 in the Constitution.
Yes.
I'll say a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflict or is likely to conflict with the performance of the functions of his office.
That's 284. 284.
Yes. So straightforward. And the question I may be somewhere in there. Yes, per young culture, young conventions are Joe come awesome. Young no more Krum Hadi. And ko beneath you once upon. Ekwa himfia. Ekita drink, bibi kakra. Ekwa na zakwa.
Ekita obuaba.
Obuaba. Nice one. Likewise, a question paying be so. Sometimes our culture demands today. Damana yebeye. Into koban damana embra no nye yan culture. How do we find a thin line no you wonder how they no you do hadia yezibesi. And na come na madam then ka his excellency. And cultural tum na come appointees in the task there. If you are receiving the gift as an officer of who portfolio was amona, you should decline. Come and say tell me yeah. A Kaminiaka president could take a decision there. Ebia so be baba chawazi in the capacity that a minister that me gift was him a wa nkamenji. Ebia nkorba so ofie. Anaso there Christmas biaba. Nebia ye nyina say Christmas obi origin enuma.
And even when the claim for there, mama one year hampers. When you stay funds for
this is what the challenge in one.
And then you are encouraging there gifting obotumu but momo ondru
20,000.
20,000 I declare.
Make us some sure. You follow Ghana football no. Kwesi Nyantechi, lawyer, formerly of GFA president, and I bring him now issues about corruption and then this football bribery kodo. And I was drawing attention to it. It was a big matter. I think what I had to focus on. And okay, I read from a more bribe no. Mama bribe now. One can get them offensive. Is it possible?
It's not possible.
What about influence? And for me, gift na ya can was no. Constitution is stating clearly. Abo motivating one more gift no. Gift no say eja. Why are you taking the gift? And I gift no say eji we so does it have the tendency there? Ebia wo future decision be oba influence one na. And then you talked about all these things on moon. So no I am one there later no. Or is it them part no be aba because the same person or there conflict of interest are very important to honor because or feel it there. More biara on putting you in a situation or award the contractor or is it money yanku or is it money ba or is it money business partner or is it money near. So if that one we cannot do it how much more gifts?
That one is practically impossible.
You see, so that is a challenge.
Them conflict of interest that award contractor
practically impossible.
It's practical. See, I can't practically. It is impossible
because we are all linked to
Ghana.
Yes, let me not say.
So it should have been an outright ban. Say you are part of my government.
Don't take it.
Don't take it.
No, come in an outright ban. I think I would disagree, kakra.
Okay.
Yes, because if you are we win the contract, why you may you will come at the one of donate my institutions, Nazi. But I feel that it shouldn't be to the person holding the office.
It should be
in the institution.
Okay.
You will come at the own call for what a cast wasn't my institution. Every time I catch a police for
one car. You fight a police for
motorbikes. Yes, it's no say I will be better by check institution in Bia. More quote to the institution, not to the person holding the office. Because okay, people hold the office now. By and large, watching be was and be bar. So I can because I wanted that. Want to me, you know, young form out. Young man, he the Marco could do there. Or see, almost been on miss you. Now, send me by Mutum, Naman kind of call my function. I had a Worcester shameful Kuninum. I saw a mistake on Rob one up and pum. Is it possible? No. In Tabianca, when I come feel there, Bias or sounds or quite debut or so general. Maybe you come back again on that aspect, you know. But I must in there. The can is or dorsum. It's 20,000 or dorsum. My your kind of coming by Adrian 2,005 be 3,000 it is okay. But the fact that today ever catches will be more gifts worth 20,000 and sana I but declare no that is the issue. And I just come out about how I didn't pay the gift at a certain threshold or change to taxes nazi. Of which mean that definitely say if that's the case, I will be quite a gift of that nature or declare when go to ya, it means for contravention with the laws now. Yasha will come hadeno.
Now, you one day to the tune of the 20,000 now. How would you even know the impano? Because a gift to that magnitude, you need to pay taxes.
Yes.
When declare how would you know?
Pay? Come I want to so. Maybe we have people in these public services no corner they went there with a clean heart.
Yes.
Where you might what in the pepper and was about to honor. By your own quaffers or honor, and I be able to command the Cassige and ask him share all the benefits of Onya or canny position. But still now, no two could do there. Some more come a private tripper. Memfa maybe from Fancon or Bangamano, send I am one and they think that there is nothing wrong with it. You want what can you want they are greedy, and whether you like it or not, you know, people will still cheat the system. But I want to mean you are doing, then you kept on asking and saying, it is more or less like Yakob ball, no coach or a bench. Now watching him by day, you have a team camper, will be 7 o'clock. Samba, the margin, a year. Or Cocoba, there was a coach, so if you want to man. The same problem is still in manage and change it. But see what team coach or baby that day. Me abandon another Ghana had a yaja to me a public servant, another be a public office biano. The meaning for corn on the gifts not less than X amount of money. I want to know any your cocoon into your poet will be sniffing around into Metadia Martin. Oh, Minister way, Obaka the cow. So on declare what to Marty, Namaquaka. Then Pocon was started about conduct investigation in Pocono. But then see a Johnny demeanor. It is the prerogative of the president. And the Biamaka coming out human factors, emotions would ride in. President Okwa Solo. Or we was your pain. In fact, I want another paying for anyone answer. Now you keep coast the Ade Bia as some America. Penimbo Kumade when your appointment. Now we could go to Bonibi. Now it's no Kumade or Mahina Fra, His Excellency there. oh wait is one kasa wunia mesro yenje mu nonka do you think that president obotum akade because of mbana kasa Washington no only you know ama omahina no emotions will creep in but mbana oda ho no na mbana so wuma it would work. But unfortunately, we don't build strong institutions. We only build strong individuals. Say you want to film, na as na jegu. And to come in all how I do.
I come in much wide in video. I think 288. Constitution, forgive me. Much wide in video. The 287.
Okay.
I say 2871. I say an allegation that a public officer has contravened or has not complied with a provision of this chapter. The chapter being chapter 24. That is Code of Conduct of Public Officers. Until all catch in there, say when declare an asset now, there must be an allegation that public officer when declare an asset, an allegation by who? This is a constitutional.
Yes.
One or can make it a allegation.
So that say Obia can make them allegation and chess Raja.
Yes.
And that is a problem.
So in this course, in the Auditor General, I know a receiver of this asset declaration forms, also or take a track of the persons also would declare now or update there. These people, because go not reported to the president that certain people the government so
in fact there was an investigation by the 4th estate and I will release certain documents. I'm not saying they be on into now or there was an investigation but say there president was man it be more one way one
on the man Auditor General now the receiver no
the question in there who watches the watchman.
Absolutely,
that's the most important thing. International Auditor General no come na Ebiana super we declare so non declare who checks on him
because the constitution says that Auditor General declare your asset, give it to the president.
Okay,
all other persons ministers declare and give it to the Auditor General. Nembum Mbrenna can to do there. Say when declare Auditor General no on can check sense the president on can check Ghana for the questions and advata on declare. Or say an allegation or a complaint. Into question me beside there. Say Obia make allegation in this case. So I'm not Azuri. Not about to go there. So and so persons won't declare. Including the Auditor General. So it means that there are existing challenges with our laws. Are they fixed? This for 287, for instance, it must be said that maybe an official complaint should be made by the Auditor General to the President of a contravention. The questions are when declared an asset. And even beyond that, other jurisdictions, I know that if you go to other part of Africa, as they are going in there, I won't put a declare what asset as a cry essay a one near picture.
Yeah, conference,
yes,
they are publishing in the Daily Graphic.
But I hold envelope.
To be honest, that I'm a catcher. Typical example, Madam said the panic case, for instance, that I recited this example. Sankambra yeshe sanki yezi ye juma enka ye maame ko or kwabene mu no as a minister no ko be declare ne asset.
Yes,
in 2 years time oh menya ma to ka wo ya ka ho mesi dan wo hade obasan so da kwakwa update honum so owie na so okon so a we know nya ma oba abane mu no ne nsa kan na ma oze bay intinde an allegations bi bay there obi ko wie ni sikai aga na fu bi esusu there $1 million bi oyen ye sika egusi bi ye ga na fu bi yenza yes come on that quite damage possible honomun nkene ke check ne as a declaration na ya compare sika ya kan wasemi ofin for no be ka wonsa is it within the mandate of ejapaza oko declare the owa na so until the man now yen hwe wakotua as a minister na agi who allowances and the kan wa hade there say a public officer a minister entumi nya private work bi amfon kan hu bio nti ahwe wo salaries na agi no na brosa na esi no na kan na ekwa no yan compare what salaries na the value of those properties na won sa wetum na waka no Say a company is a differential so ma. Tell us where you got the money from. Say to man can't China. Then those assets no, landed assets no, we confiscate them. But also na yɛmfa mbra ne mfa nyɛ adwuma. That's why I'm make a day. The frameworks of our constitution. Kwame na na wɔn adwene mu de hɔ no. They sometimes oversaw there. Yɛbɛdu baby a some of these things no, yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma. And ebi mu kɔ abɔ ma wɔbɛzi bɔn. Nti yɛmfa yɛn hyɛ mbra ne mfa nyɛ adwuma. But because they all benefit from it. Nti they me assure they be opposition. These are some of the issues they should have channeled their attention to. They young force that one of our babu ma what small man no. They should do the right things. But in the check now you can ask them no. Is it what we are seeing? Because we will benefit from it. Maybe now then when declare where we are also no the minister no. Nobody cares about their asset. Until they say the minister be waste than the no we me show. At the minister be the cast in the mia. Now we me show. So coming it is a big problem and of which I feel there. Saying Ankasa as Ghana for yes no crazy but my nafa. Now you take closer attention to young provisions of our constitution and how it should safeguard the interest of Ghana and Biana and Kobaboy where it only ensures accountability. Where it only ensures accountability. Transparency. One also come hade no yempe. Transparency accountability come hade. Impe for one pe. Ebi so bi abaka na yire no hwe. Ano he no kwara. Ebi se pen mu ntwera one ba ot Plash Estate. Ebi so na yire no hwe.
Okay.
Ebi se na no maame no hwe. This is the problem. These are challenges we are facing in this country.
We had a footballer ne bibi odi ya ne maame.
Oh, it's possible.
Ebia or anticipate bibi ntine you know. All right. You're Fesimam.
Yes, come now. Inti enfan ko enfan brain na. Asama ipede ekanyi there. His Excellency the President, Yembona Bado. In fact, he is showing signs of a leader while ready there, over reset. But the feasibility the bringing back and the practicality of some of Inyaman or Zatugano, I think that respectfully, practically, on yet possible to abide by them. And even if we abide by them, it raises critical issues about the sort of a manner ye pedi ye chiche. Inti ya kam weke si there. 20,000 is it? Ye mufa wagana ha. So busy 20,000 tempting obenyen.
Yeah.
Because akutia sema owo meimu on ye. Inti se Minister of State Ojim Fan there 23,000. And I'm put there so Oji 30,000 mpa. Na se obi the 21,000 or the bad tempt now. That is almost about 70% of the salary. Obeji. Intinu say nche ye pede corruption and ye pede ye brassy near soda. Nchamazi is actually the president 20,000. Nche china betin or since we are revising and then we review no that 2,000.
Or the other down. Okay.
That's one.
All right.
Two. On the issue of conflict of interest. Respectfully, His Excellency, respectfully, especially the part of the friends, because families are able to be tracing easily, but friends say, "Man, fam, man, nyankunya when you mean I come the fourth friend of this friend." Yeah, but they tracing you. Nyankunyi Osman so nyankunyi Kwamna nyankunyi Blackus. Inti man fam Osman, man fam Kwamna, na come Blackus.
The same line.
So that is practically almost impossible to trace. Intino sentie pede ye mbrane kitia. First, we are saying that we propose that womenya a legislative instrument or an executive instrument obe guide the conduct of public servants. Again, my year one Ghana constitution that is 284 no. Scope ni efide osadodo because okasa mainly about asset declaration. Intino yam broadening na yamma ondo sunchin onhwe areas more than asset declaration. That's 2. 3. Ma able to me asensu ya yen there. Say yeshe mbre biara. Let us do a lot more consultation. So I think that for Amin Kutinzi, in the president, when I win declare when I said him, he should have sacked them.
All right.
By now.
That's right.
But let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he's the president and he knows what he's doing.
All right.
But let's congratulate him. It's a very good move.
Yo, I mean that's it. Ebusia enti yo pra and afi Alhaji Osman and yet one on the first part of the discussion. Enti maybe go for so better say na is in come. We'll continue with the conversation. I think yo will on for now. He will stay a bit with us. Yo will stay a bit with us now. Is in community. Yo will on for now. Yes. He will stay a bit with us until you will allow the time to come a busy in common. But my first be and farmer game pack cool chop. Also, mean can't the Charlie you phone win and iPhone win too. Until this kind of reading in the chroma day or until just pick one number, then a channel 26 to 30 times. 26 to 30 times. Now, also. Edi sikani bi enti eyonye eyitintini bia encharo ho just one number pick netra na wanso edi dial star 946 to play pick one cool chop damaso na betway bet influencer or see enwe yan control the bet no and the Champions League go into bet the betway platform the bet no na share we code with others share we code with friends and family code of ethics be under home and make a declaration be share the code with others na chava bra na and you call for as a code no na the more I will try with your code no and win in your 4% on their winnings and in your 4% into one so call or your betway na kutra or betting or terms and conditions are applied. Damaso, on the 11th of this month or your Mother's Day, Ridge Royal Hotel, the opportunity is zero more that for Omame and Yenonko. Sikakumebi and Obejo with a lot of packages was zero more. Nechesika Kumebi. And is a man chakra, no waste time. And the engineer mean there, obey, chairman appearance so obey. Onye nema okay chairman there onye no wife boko onye because he's a odidi one year no kwansem into onye no wife boko anka fa no ma me anu kwa maintenance kra enti no call Ridge Royal Hotel na on the 11th sikakume bi na wansutua na je ma me nanyi eho or second Ridge ewo ogoyara for 0312003222 and 0501672908 Ridge Royal Hotel richly inviting, comfortably yours enjumokui ena we share nasen emewi abri yeze jumezi yeze bro Mama chairman akwaba chairman
Angry one
akwaba
yenua
bibia boko
o nyame na dum bibia boko
ana ma meke man kanie Ridge Royal Hotel sisa di woyire no kwansanim intentum for ma me nko
dama
ana no so womba ne mba fa no nko
unfortunately me mama me nya on tasio okay baby
oh that's
me ya mama me
na nyina ntana no so enyi no ko
exactly
Ridge Royal Hotel
exactly
ko splash and keke
keke menyona ebotimi akomo abure
ebi chebare ma minim bia fina moko
oh nyame adom bibia boko
ye dem mi ase
yes there a minum na ibinum aye there 8 years ibinum ma wono kwamema otum obu woman to the extent in put them free demonstration and one more on kwan or 1 year one demonstration in there abana papa abama ojanko from away demonstration if it's one
but not any time and for demonstrations we saw a lot of demonstrations
we saw what happened
but eventually
we saw what happened
what happened
Kwamina, if we compare what is happening today to that of Nana Akufo-Addo, mama is far better Mampo is far but it's better. Are you getting it? Peaceful demonstration. Police if we be mama more peda waka, be more peda work nancy kodu. Enwa, we jawan. Mbocho nyabutere. Kwamina.
Chairman.
Harry Idris no at time of peda was a petition come yisi. He was a police from where. At that time, Harry no use no one. I know a minority leader. Exactly. Would say one. They didn't allow them. But in the film, I cannot do police in a woman. Look,
okay.
Then I'm going to respect me, man. But it didn't look good in my
Maintain that respect.
But why? I'm paying from point in a casa. But in a casa at the time, I would change our friend and what's the name?
Oh, okay. The leadership.
Yes. Now I started there or play the role of a minority.
Majority leader. Then.
The one on MPP phone paying for me. No, this man Yansha was a party in him, but you chew for and pass.
The energy or the youthful exuberance.
When you think that you know how to speak grammar, it doesn't make you a sensible person. Exactly. Because I work in Chenimze because you're a lawyer. So our MPP for they believe in what? Democracy. They believe in rule of law. It's a demonstration I can call Abazon. This is a useless demonstration and we need to condemn it.
Right. Demonstration, Baba, do chama me say.
Useless demonstration.
Engineer.
Kwamina.
Akwaba.
Nyame adom.
Hey, I shall say to Boba Park. Bibi Aboko.
Kwamina, nyame adom ehun. Na membu the man membu ewumi. Say nye experience a. No mun try ya den. Until you tran experience.
Okay.
Until with the experience we are managing. Okay. Now, Kwamina in construction
So maybe the man membu with experience na dit nema e krona abese no kono so e na no chide abanzine that.
Kwamina na say e kren mayetina mina na ikawo nsam trofo wo bo wo pa mekada e kan wa menkada I am use chamana apia na osna menya no impesi. You represent the media. Mo menkada wo mu binom awon fantika sa wo mu Kwamine na we be so awusu ni tin sem join you so be shefifia wa awusu ni tin Kwamine
and the media ya kaje pa body
Mati wo mu binom say fantika sani ana ajima wo mu binom kaje pa werofo e paya na nchase bia lanyim de amembu kren no mokun ogban Kwamine tema asem ye o ende ye mama kwa no bia mbe dede no mfanko me with the what tricks I wasn't where debate gege no woko Kwamina amembu da na ibinum say omwen abrabo mensesa ba you don't repeat the worst situation at that time in one day asoma kan tama say man no omwen in there yes no ye.
So what has become worse now?
Kwamina in there we studio our in 3 and 20. Chairman appear. Ose tell demonstration na ye pen or ye the most useless thing. In there. Na mo kwan mu pay kaya de bi. Me ti da no ya Robinson bi. Iba ben ma meda no redeem me chel. No this wa be ma ya Robinson. Appear Mr. Chairman Robinson. In the chairman appear say demonstration are the best. Police for sharing. You see, I am a history power. Do you not let my vote count? In my door there. Come okay. What would the same New York was say? Under chairman appear. Kwamina, was she be a Bessiano acting regional police commander Mampo Mino court? Madam Rose be watenga baby obi chow. Also will you see a minimum force ani kebula what the shigabi. It was a minimum force. Now will you see the highest force instead of nankanu krei obobutu. Kwamina omei experience the means the may. Any the most see no young con. I tell someone I'm a minority leader. He has been the best minority leader.
right. I feel your marking has been the
best.
best.
I myself, man. I'm on MPP pay one can do Kongwan saying. On MPP. You don't have people from one Quanama. When we read your party. No work a kayet while your appointment. I are cool where hand, you know.
Now, such a man appear on mean to the Wako and
us and there, MPP pay you full one year. I feel like in catch and there. Omro from Lugu Pat saying, one of a pacing, ombudsman. I pay.
Oh, be a friend.
No, one a friend. Tell my friend. MPP one. Catch a chairman appear the unwilling way appointment. I are cool with them. A cool with them, a wall. Maybe so all match MPB or so, but not baby or training. One winner. That is the state. Sis or Mangan. One Shano, one Rugano. She said, oh, yeah, and this is Rambo style. No woman away one Rambo style. What may be appointment to be a cage on the choose we go. So that is the change you voted for.
Engineer, but I say,
she said there are two powers running in this region.
I have a power and I have a power.
I
want to have powers, so I want to know the power that is running.
Maybe a letter from Accra. Maybe you go here, also may change the letter. Rambo Star.
Oh, okay.
I'm not your Hoabaka. My amen, the demonstration, I feel like it was the end.
It's not so watch it.
I say.
No so watch Libya.
I say.
Also,
video what
people no
Only period over. I want to show you baby or dog as a minority leader.
Oh, into one more police in all the predoboko.
Video nation would open.
No, the one to send me.
What to listen? When no national service personnel no one. No, all of Chinabim.
Oh, okay.
Obawana police in one or one videos. One wasn't Saka can wear your big one. Have a video.
Engineer, but I say,
one show one woman on here, you know here.
Okay.
In the Antobag, bro, me no bar.
Engineer Isaac Newton Dick. Where I say, you're busy in common, menstrual. Ebusia, Engineer Isaac Newton Dick in a yatin in Kano, Chairman appear, and so yatin from the NDC side. My brother Joel appear, and you are pra, no so waha, I say more. You are pra, so waha, or join the conversation. But much more Brassia, Yaba is in common, but shadow elha. Let me cool tempest in Yamra.
Ridge Royal Hotel, Second Reach Cape Coast. Rooms smell so fresh and clean with cozy and comfortable beds. A gym and swimming pool for your recreation and relaxation. And the food. Buffet served every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Alongside fast foods like sandwiches, pizzas and pancakes. That is simply delicious. Ridge Royal Hotel offers you the best half and full day conferencing packages. Indeed, that's a perfect experience for you in the Asian's capital, Cape Coast. And my go-to place anytime, any day. Visit ridgeroyalhotel.com.gh on the web or call 031-2003-222 or 050-1672-908 for more. Ridge Royal Hotel, richly inviting and comfortably yours.
Ope Frigia, Jody Besham Bia Babo Wine, Nelson and Chew in Namkania. And how and no one high sense. High sense. Na high energy efficiency standard for anyone sa chassis. And no stress e kuli pa and say in Kania. Na banefeswa we dead there. Every single door effect. Side by side I must so any cross door nyina. High sense wo fridge send kata wo. Me check the we here be at the mouth. Say your vegetables, or drinks, one nam, the Wadiamana cano. High sense long lasting cooling, and Mania fresh at Bribia. A 28 April, a copy 8 May, a high sense refrigerator promo. So high sense fridge, never fear your gum. High sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
When I get home and want something quick to chop, everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water, so kiss made easy. Kivo carry makes it a bio, chop 'em anywhere. It a bio, Kivo carry for your office, boarding house. Kivo carry everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water,
4-in-1 Gary mix. Soakings are easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Alright, Bushama Mensenema Wakwa Baby. Higher Kastle 90.3 FM. Memman Hodo, Jumezi, and Eguda Eriti. Mami, some of your messages need to be in flow in about 2 minutes. Now, Yanko in him. Okay. All right. This is football. Messi. Please, I've tried to call anyway. We are all praising. Okay. I think Chairman, Yenzin Komo, Chairman, Yenzin Komo, yes, I know that His Excellency the President of the Republic, Code of Conduct or Code of Ethics, will be another one lunch, the Amane appointees, Mamintil with all the Code of Conduct and other Code of Ethics for government appointees under Wapan Terminal.
Mama is the hope. He's our hope. Is the hope for Madagana. Hey, President Pepe a man for budget do. Anya yenyanimi one day there was a batina ha. Na walk kim. Ghana for more 8 years for bu money na money infinite and panfra. Mezi yenye de. It disika is say money. It's the money is so 8 good years. President. Kwamina, Madam Hamasi. The debia mo bomper man because you and me when you manch mamma then you may guase. Then cha abana. What's that ye? Why the plane are wait to ye Korim? Kwamina witness a plane went to ye. Na marti swabo for men who be da. No more breno, Damana not say, ye to Yanemi Yako, Yan land, Obia settled, plain Yako US. Kwamine Omani Biara Obashe Ejuma Manama and Fue. Na one fa code of conduct. Amma de made you my phone. Na man not today, idia only roots. Because I'm free about papa da. Come na. Moya me fair, moya me dempo there. Code of conduct in ojinanzeme basado. Onusun on my man otumpan. Come na sesha. I say the code of conduct for political appointees in his government aiming to promote 1. Ethical governance. I'm not the meaning with him. Ebian the binim won't the meaning of ethical. I'm not a kabibia and abrafokasem ethical or the fairness, integrity, responsibility, and morality. Kwamina say ye nyimpa na nyi dame nzame ya mabugbe for ibia. I am a birthday. Namahamo Sidubiem. As all share, Madamina appointees when ya transparency. One zin quar and fam magana fo. Zamabia wa ye biara. One bread do magana fo there. Damukwani na wanamado. I'm one for Bibi and Sons magana fo. No one made this cut to them MPP this gay. Mama won ibia. Kwamina mocha to ye accountability. From Bunkunta from Ghana for because Ghana for was a yawana was a tuaba. What Jimama didn't see no what to abamane there. Brana Basasa Ghana. Na Ghana funny tempen free.
nti mama sese ombu obi anyimtia nti wa set example there Kwame ne etra wona yanyimpa na MPP fi ti the engineer no mi wababa be set up mama sika wonwuna na mmom se dzin ne kwa na se ye adwuma na ze magana fa wo bompe na nyinhira ne tumpuno wo adwuma no it was the 20,000 was it bro above for bachelor president I mean for president in some pedo campo there was the skebia one city po for bachelor because obi botum za boto wadwen na dwena obotoni there obeji favor if you are amana me ya bazemo sabadasa the institution now say man bam fam bam me individual the institution no I say that why I'm a chief engineer on kafa 20,000 and over on fan kama chief or justice ata or the kama ni pe owia oba ma wa recording no the Bejina FM daka enti ma mind witness simple ejimpo sokra mo bimbra no baje wa man kasa mo won fan hye wunsam kwame na mama wa bon won kokko awe nte ya fotin obeyi wezi kwame na oye federal nchese wo mo appointment or they declare wasset and mama opedo dzini kwan magana funti odzinkan or declare an asset. Okay, sudo the constitution mon 6 months on pay etinakam was okay jina court ha was okay radio station ha into one more beer 1 month often declare one asset ibinim aya sozen mama ama say all the chawan in Nyansa that he is not going to joke because 2020 Ojina Pado Kade, he is coming to right the wrongs. Are you getting it? Exactly. In just saying one now. What buna samunu enyimitiano and I went in asamodono 1-3 months pay. Hey mama so nyim lobby you know. Pardon what been a basa. Because kwamina say yarban kawoda ihumo sorti.
But chairman in the constitution
exactly
how so obi when declare the asset the process should go
exactly
should it take the president to give out that directive there or use any presidential power or the freeze another or one monthly salaries you know on farmer one and now or do you go different funding because when declare why is it that the law will not take its course
kwamina dacha 70
So the law, why the president allow the law obi and declare the asset it doesn't lie on the president.
Kwamina, mami engineer da mazenado. Maman kase minchro. Sa ami my point wa. Ami na ma power na ma obi de ka yedwuma. E na madze mama peda ye. Maza kaun. Atasa. Saying to my dad, and to catch a mama there. Law no does not permit. And I won't take your appointment. Once you have taken the appointment, you must also accept the condition attached to the appointment. So if you took and you accepted the appointment, it means that you have also accepted the condition attached to it. I got it.
This one in relation to the asset declaration or which one? Because
the one that Muhammad told them. Kwamina, Ossi, declare one set 1 more, declare one set 1 month. That's the condition attached to the appointment. The law no.
Okay, so
I'm petty you can breach law ninti. No catch the meaning I anytime. Let you move law no. Because law that you are was ube yejuma. It been a watchy. CJ more use law no. Other but CJ Nasra won't cry a fair mark in the tire pay. CJ Nasra basa. Yeah, baba. When you block a topic on if you will get there. Kwamina, inti mama kana some day. Yeah. I don't know one more appointment. And you don't know power not to be a more. And so they say now some. Okay, you say to me, your President Yatsi. So why? And to send to my for court, not resign. You can't work because you are taking my salary. Oh yeah, something about. Come on, Mama, name you bro. Can't no mamma, yanda mamo. No, young shedder Martin cry. You reset to Ghana. It's your pay young want so. My Ghana 4 to me there about what to do, what to papa. It's a criminal. Or some should be a there. Conflict of interest and nepotism. Kwamina Yaman Quincy. Contract I am the one experience be our one. Namazemo. Iyamin Yancy. Tidama Kufa the Yano, Yabi.
So you have just 2 minutes to end for
mind Kwamina. Makufa the Yan Yabi. Mama Susan purchasing of state assets. Yet more called Akufa the engineer power 10 be man. Bakan ya asasi watuntani. Epunana asasi watuntani. Anchi enyi mide biana. Investors be babananchi ajane wa employ nkofu wenye juma. My brother Akajato. State asset.
Engineer asasi no bakana engineer to be.
So you be fine. So
okay, so obey no.
Exactly. So be so fine. Come now. The mean mama opede na point beyond fan kota semum. Because it's becoming one too many of a politician.
What do you make of President Orkade a gift to the tune of 20,000 Ghana cedis? Come and declare by below 20,000 Ghana cedis is allowed.
And I must say, Kwamina, President Bibia or Jid Bibi, Chide Biana, I mean Bisa. And I'm a catcher, make a mamma submission, make a day, and to watch your 1 cedi in Pafabra. Because some people to 1 cedi are corrupt. Minima do not teach you the cadem. But some mima, and Jamaica watch your 1 cedi in Pa.
All right.
Come now. Some see ya the papa. Naya my money off on it and pay for a camera. Sika Jika Cabanem or Bosson.
But I see.
I'm telling you honestly.
Chama Medasi, I'm call engineer. Engineer.
Come down.
What's the assassinate will be?
Come down there in the my D the cancer road they see. And I'm meeting a bay, my better opposition a god. I believe in time and season.
Sister cancer road don't so this is a development we say you want to churches and I didn't say where did the
yes it but over there be a lad
you
want to party I should be the dean yet what you
that enclave when the churches are spring up
into kwamina my dean na kwamina iba mema dam na oyawo na ibe na you go sit in here we abidi men kahwempo minye sembiaka otu nwumi bi na nwumi na lan nzina sumpo nyame ma nzina mma kwamne hwe nyame nye na dukwo eda no meka wo free do ma mi chia mo sofe pastor Patrick Aite pastor Michel awona my sister Michel kwamne nyame nye na dzekwa da no meka cho da bra waka che Abraham do on fi ne papa fie asasa no ye fe nonko asase ketedon kwamna wamba nkwamhye na amba kwawo nti do besinyi pa wa brabo mbela onsi kwa kwamna Robins pa nkofi ye magana fu je wonu tum kwamna itwi no one nam yim franfran nsema nkofi kan wo December yimu November October September munsam twofo be wo hye yemfimfini muampo nsam twofo wonwase yedinumpo na asam no ye dokododo buko radio central mbeden catch and anchor nkofi bi I know them. I know what they are capable of doing.
Even as in a why
yes. Kwamna, me catch one. No what to you. Mahama is the hope. Is the hope, is the hope. No, what to call. No, what the gangrene. No, what to call. And a gun of food, the gangrene. Kwamina, what better nesting you ha? Why are your base? Kwamina, what that membu. One family member more and then fair what people and you. Catch a chairman. A member in fair what tree. Na yenye no mu free SHS se omompo yepo mi maka cho da yenye mu bi ye fie nya fu fie nti ye ko secondary school ye nanom apia no wada apemodo nti wonyim the essence of getting admission to secondary school inya no meka cho da what pan ye na na paddle machine or the pamade na ye go school nti na yenyim ebo a secondary school fan kwa osom there ya start to hey ye kwa yenyi mi nyame baba insisa oda ye wo bi ne ya asesan nti wo me yenjuntum mfia wotwe bi no kwamina mfia wotwe a wose no onya oya membu papan kwamina bi Cape Coast North ye internal route under them 8 mfia wotwe wo krayi ma ha in the Kwabra New Town kwayi fua kwa pioska na nsuru fawan in the Ijira Pioska itumuko diakura boy under His Excellency Nanado Danko Akufado. Kwamina in the Kwakakomodo Fabra Akotoche. Mekandama Osimfia Wakri Osa Ashwenwa Oya Tabu Niti. Mama is the hope. Is the hope we who Kwamina in there. Insisa Ghana for 2 in there. And to bag now His Excellency Nanado Ojan 1.8,100 Kwamina Kodoba 800 Odoba 600 today is 1,500 Kwamina Ibru make an anto bag or onduru bag Ibru anto bag Akufado left it 5.5 550 today it's 700 Mahama is the hope and you don't do hope nani. Then the boy you grassing paying there. Also, your free SH is not a pad, 20 gun or pad in the poor than Momponia Papenibia. Oh, Kwamina, you know me, Mutan pad business. You know that I'm a Omu, Tiro, pad. That me business, I'm there, minimum ho.
And see, that means free sanitary pad or the more on your papa.
After maybe on your pad, you will not go for that pad. I'm being honest to you, me say obi onyim that business no will not go for.
Are you saying that
because
my president
absorb a yinupin otutu padi bialo otutu biala
obi use me one
small side
obi use
catch or the major or your business
so engineer obi use me humo
business no mu and I say mo be say abo and
use you not be sure
they can't use me but me say me Osra for free HS no to baby na baje pad 20 Ghana. Alupo wo twakaba no wom.
All bill one. Yanko enima.
Member
code of conduct.
Member. It's Kwamina is the whole planning. Kwamina Osna was starting ye. Aban and pass was starting ye. Wole bring Ghana for office was starting ye. One party far when you akwenja wa MPP at time when you adwuma ye na woro boro wan mo starting ye kwam na was starting ye so ampa it's ha magalam say asam etibi what's in the we use modernized machines what the galam say what's wa ba na wa ba do and ampa chairman mo starting ye papa in the Adamus construction what your letter that about the Western Regional Police Command that NDC chairman for Lamble or typically involved in galamsey Abenton or join of Erastus. Us there no raho. None now doing that bang the Magalam said, Ossi, I have us the what me if we do just I have regretted. What bush or dunko, Fino or Kawodo. Come this is was 30 years into Sokana was 30 years. Nasa. He sits and talks about corruption. Chairman. Chairman, what can chrono die and keep it when you on time? Chairman, in this fourth republic, at the MPP paying be a Kajal court with $1 crown for that. Oh, when you poke and I'll stop coming to Kastle FM. but under wow time MPP for what one court here will be fee. Sebi. One word don't put what one court will down one be fee. Should I mention names to you? What does Sabi coffee or beefy? What the nail quay or beefy? What does say jail quay or beefy? And Pinu quay or beefy? But mention them. Papa was on quay or beefy. It is a court of competent jurisdiction. It won't go far crowful. Court judge tell us woman who small them a redia wa but the name also.
So there is no need for the code of conduct, you know.
Because maybe so. Meka the me say me o kekenya me can be the best there. Kukwaya kwaye o se kukwaya. Ayi o ya bade fufu no wale ye. It was time that yanka kada be be kasa fufu. Us woman won abeska mom wanje. Ye wo kwai mahala beti.
I give to the tune of 20,000.
Mahala. Dam kofi beti. Kwamna oka corruption sam. When you the one be to watch the masam na akasha wede. One more gift of a year. And you must be all about Dr. Hanabisu. Also, there all call NIB. A maza all care NIB. Also, Obia brand Kufona brand no fancy. What former office now we're using. The price were inflated pricing. The man in the band one all look you jet envelope into okay, no, so you've taken the envelope. Do you know what is called abetment of crime? He has abetted the crime. The man didn't be in a maintain a piano, what can there? In some training, I bent to offend them. Walker here, Galam saying, Yemi and Alampuna corrupt someone Alampun. I bent to offend them. Up office ha, no, share Mr. Pratt. No ages, Scott, Mr. Pratt, more people and Anas, name him and bow. No, for Mr. Pratt, name him. None of some more catch Mr. Pren on back. Mr. Pren needs no catch. You see, when you entertain those things, this is how Mamma about that why there what the miske, what be Japan, one more to qua menji, and a fabachram. Now one more damage energy. Na damage, more damage be on you to cook. Quabre, calculation, Mamma, also one more 10,000 a man, your example. Then one more 5,000 that G into send up with the 5 of Mr. Pratt. 3 days of the 5 I was on do. And so what my man 10,000 bonded quad. My man 5 again. In town on our quan or one hour 1 appointment to the band. What say I want to yabin? What put would you? Okay, so what did you 5,000 a bien?
You have a minute.
I'm a criminal now time I channel. What put what you 5,000 a bien? Not a way case to do. Criminal, this is the people we are dealing with. Criminal, this is the people we are dealing with. Okay. No, or still one in you tone. Onyim MP Ghana Bokosam. No can corrupt. Okay with it. Aya hami ya yaw. Kwamna hami ya dibi wo yaso ya yaw. They appear sitting in studio representing NDC, describing MPP and other political are corrupt people. Appear. Now what that match one can come match. Kwamna president also my instructions. Em no have instruction called when to do. And the only punishment is to tell them that what 3 months? That's a declaration. Maybe it's that I don't know to me weapon. Up, Mamma, you to me a weapon be maybe you. Ghana phone a yet to Abama and Bisa. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or him. No look woman. Na on man pain on to Munkobe Biala. In Sibian or the Blackus. I don't know about hey. I want social media where come on able to coca kwasha. Or the ya kwasha. Isunkwa. You represent Ghanaians. All right. Not His Excellency John. One more instruction. Amen. You know where you be woman paying for one was one back. On them now why when you want your connection in team. And you be there. President Manson the time, no so instructions or no so when to do. And they used to work maybe a way to do all punishment with what 3 months. Uncle, Messi, one more leeway. The one you bribe. Into for me, for Mama, His Excellency, George Drive to tell them that one more a figure be a Benji and that's Edja Fabram. What do you want from Lord of Fade? Kwamna, the question was some for no be sell. Okay, us what you want from them.
Won't be declared.
Won't be declared or don't pay them.
Okay.
Menji, or your connection.
That's it. Engineer Isaac Newton, Yati Lincoln. But you are my member, conversation when you started. Unpocho o brasu me to mo masa mam we don't worry. Yeah.
Chairman car family and friends. A big chairman. Mamun Bubu is in the beach. John Dramani Mahama one. Same that the cousin Joyce Bauer.
Yes.
In there Joyce Bauer, new junior brother in John Bauer, State House. Same. In
okay.
One family and friends. Clef to Mama.
So what's on relating?
Man, okay, to relating. I am a castle. What's so walk baby or relating into Sawunia Adam of Yano Washi or Yabadi.
Okay.
I Yabadi. Bubaku father is a boy.
But I say, my member, you are the chance in a new room. So you are the conversation in Yano is on how you curtail or your corruption and corruption related issues in our governance. I mean, how do we deal with it?
Yes, crime nomination. But how do we deal with that, Lizzie? Or PhD thesis, so full PhD thesis. But quickly, my wish, brother, Dominic, wish happy birthday. Yeah, Dominic, or Koto Krabas this year. I'll send a message. My wish now, happy birthday to you, Dom. I'm not. In the area of corruption, I think that Ghana, from time immemorial, from Nkrumah time up to His Excellency John Mahama too, Ben or try there or fight corruption. But you see, corruption has become like an institution. Or there a university for Ghana. And in fact, somebody said sometime that fighting corruption itself, is tougher than doing any other thing in this country. And I agree with that person. But the problem with corruption is that, or starts from when we are young, it is deep-seated in the type of culture you are. So, on your in the da, all of a sudden, as it be unity of corruption. But the type of culture na here your woman, most of your boy and bra, most of any who relating, it allows for corruption to fester and to grow. And the chairman will say, I am young quan, a most so a young quan, na say. Was a contract to be by it must see me uncle. Hey Isaac, sorry. Isaac see me uncle. That's was a contract to be was a bar. Because of Isaac here me uncle, chairman see me uncle. Then in I can't find I can't be a baby to kakra. No, I could reason or Charlie contract to be the middle. Yeah, it's only a hatch plan. Ali, I will equa. For what's in 2 city 50 pesos, Amazon 2 city 30 pesos. It's ways in Canada catcher and there as in I was member 2 city 40 pesos for charters. But if you ask me to talk about fighting corruption broadly, I think that, like I said, I will need a lot of time to address the matter. But let me narrow down into what His Excellency has done. You see, first of all, there is the moral bit and there is the legal bit. Now I explain. Some legal bits on the Cambrancotin purely, His Excellency the President put out a code of conduct. Makanwa, and I maintain that a code of conduct is a conventional. It is a convention. So I give an example that yes, agrubi, enfant or yampi. Agruni penino wumsi, ampin epede ebubia. Dem umbra ekur ana ebieni. Ina ogovern ampin. Inti se ebeta sa tasino bobobi enter sa atinenchen. That's what His Excellency the President why, and that's how I see it. So it makes it conventional. In terms of the law, pure law, now if you take the Constitution, anybody can open to 173, chapter 24 of the 1992 Constitution, Code of Conduct for Public Officers. The reason why at chapter 24, what couching for public officers is that ministries, departments, and agencies, they are all civil servants. But say as all other workers they become public servants. So therefore, let's make it broad to affect every other person. Until it works for the ministers of His Excellency. First of all, the Constitution is clear. The Constitution is clear in Article 286 that Article 286A says that a person who holds a public office mentioned in Clause 5 of this article shall submit to the Attorney General a written declaration of all properties or assets owned by or liabilities owned by him, whether directly or indirectly, A, within 3 months after the coming into force of this Constitution, which happened in 1992, or before taking office as the case may be. This is as a can pitima. Before taking office, you have to declare your assets. Question is, these ministers of His Excellency John Mahama, and by extension Ghana, did they declare their assets before taking office? Answer is no. That is a clear contravention of the 1992 Constitution. Nti si yakan mbra petiza nche minister si we bumbrado. Again, if you take the Public Officers Holders Act 1998, Act 550, that's the Declaration of Asset Act now. If you take Section 3, Section 3.1 talks about 3 things. It talks about, declare before you take office, 1. 2, at the end of every 4 years. C, it says that almost grace period of 6 months, not more than 6 months. If you try to reconcile the two, but the Public Officers Holders Act in Chile will bear 6 months or to declare the act. But the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So the Public Holders Act cannot supersede the Constitution. So it means that it brings us back to the fact that the ministers webu the 1992 Constitution. So obibu 1992 Constitution do you give the person a slap on the hand or yafa imbran mo sorting? Which is why I see that first webu Constitution second onye me papa intima allow no in then mama 1 month or even 2 months there, something like that. That fair declare. And since we declare, then His Excellency comes back to say that, webu Constitution do, ma sensu mama nimbri wa sensu webu do, but me sensu mama nimbri BM there by Wednesday on declare the asset. There's so much inconsistency and lack of law or respect for the law for me personally. And that's why I said that as an election in 2 ways, law and morality. On the basis of pure law, I disagree with His Excellency the President. Me fee there in Chodo Sak one straightforward. And once it has been brought to his attention that ne appointees when declare one asset on use Article 287 of the Constitution, no on can make the complaint to shraj there. Go for do appointee one when dim no do into one shisha one. For me, that will be the president showing fidelity to the law.
Okay.
Beyond that, now His Excellency 1 year them. For me, it is a blot on the resetting agenda. Come I catch you there. Say yen under da. Ni yel gwaliye so nsu yezi guyando. Na ya akade nsu na yeso guyando ombwa nti ye ba. Ye ba se nyama. Na se afis me ba na me ye the same tina. De nipa na afes no so nsu gu no do no. Between anu no nye ami. Impa do ogba na ba no wo jami. Why? Because I said that is not good. So I'm coming to do better. And in this case, we are not talking about a law than the 1992 Constitution, which is supreme. So in terms of pure law, especially the president, respectfully, you got it wrong.
All right.
Respectfully.
Okay.
Now, let's talk morality. Quickly.
Okay, just a minute.
For morality,
yes.
In terms of morality, I beg your pardon. Say, from a culture teaches us that say who paying or cast some chawa or this do. In fact, the Bible posse a bazuna and a waging. Amaunda walwasa do. In fact, the answer for trend the wunda and wager on ye 1 hour won kuti or a penny bia. Great. But your excellency the president, one of our appoint 1 year as ministers and deputies. One or president in the age of Munya, one or president in the age of Is there any of them older than the president in terms of ministers or in deputies? Or be any president? To the best of my knowledge, no.
Ministers or deputy ministers?
Ministers and deputies. That's why I'm saying that to the best of my knowledge.
President, maybe about 2 million.
What regional ministers older than him?
Oh, in terms of regional ministers, there's some from the north up there have been 70 and over.
Because you said ministers.
Okay. So thank you for the correction. So it means that very few people know when His Excellency, right? Why when you in His Excellency, Zuna the when you amawunda was I said one password and now on phone into ways His Excellency ways in Yana wins in me. And for me, say president, where to one directive on your CEO. On your human pain be the whole president of the land. But catch Article 57 is clear that the president, there shall be a president of the Republic of Ghana who shall take precedence over all other persons in this land. It's the person who takes precedence over all other persons. One our directive there.
Let's say indeed.
One about how would they even see the president? Now no coffee no more human provide and they will do. But finally. If you take the Constitution itself, the Constitution itself says something in where is it? It's somewhere here. Yeah. Great. In Article 297A, also the power to appoint a person to hold or to act in an office in the public service shall include the power to confirm the appointment, to exercise disciplinary control over persons holding or acting in such office, and to remove the person from office. For me, I think His Excellency has gone with exercising disciplinary actions. 3 months salary. Question A B saying there. It say one will be kade. I mean, my 3 months salary no. I will not. My fan come Mahama Trust, Mahama Kenu, and now Ghana Medical Trust Fund now. What questions would that also raise? So by our own actions, Kasa, Ghana for, and every time we do it to ourselves, where there is no problem, and actions, we create a problem for ourselves.
Okay.
So I think that Yambo His Excellency Nabado for initiating the code of conduct, which I think is good. But beyond the initiation, in terms of Mbrana Oba govern that initiation, I think His Excellency got it wrong.
All right.
And I'm expecting that maybe tomorrow or tomorrow next, Betty, there, all those who did not declare, just for the president to look better in the eyes of Ghanaians that Wobum Brandon do not want to dealing because we are resettled.
All right. You want me to say, Chairman?
Come now. Before I'm a command someone to me, but then be some brother or a lawyer now.
Oh, yeah,
lawyer.
No, I don't know how that is.
No. Because you're quoting Constitution.
Yes, the Constitution is a lawyer.
I'm coming. And their presidency be or in my book in my bia. Say you come one child, okay. Say you do her. Demi now. Ochre. Because already akakra. Ma oka about discipline. Anamiboa. When you read it, you spoke about discipline. And that is what Muhammad did.
Oh, engineer, please. Oh, we are not so please.
You know, it doesn't take only lawyers to be able to read and understand
the Constitution.
English.
Chairman, that is the reason why I am Kofuka. What there? He is not a lawyer. Because they are, I say, I don't mind distracting. I don't like this. Let me flow and give my point there. As I said, I don't work a constitution. As I didn't change, I would you can court in a different bear the constitution. We read it. Oh, I'm coming. When you were speaking, there were things that I didn't like it, but I allowed you to speak. I get
but Chaba, but the constitution is not for lawyers. The Constitution of Ghana is not for lawyers.
But
only.
That is what lawyers use.
Yes.
You cannot go to court without the Constitution.
Yes, but it's for all Ghanaians.
Yes. And Bani or Constitution or judging on a certain punishment. You can't just get up and then do anything anyhow. Are you getting it? Exactly the case. Inside the bin worker and some more Constitution also on your lawyer. But don't read the day ABCD. It could be possible that maybe very articles if you can home they be with them. Or be supposed to be baby my president no no. Are you getting it? That is why I don't want you to judge all of a sudden because I'm on a corner there or to them or punish. Say mama on me there. Constitution now. Ya one. One declare one asset and when declare one asset or sack on job, a sack one. That's what I know from the man. And so, Mammy and Tana, yen paint in a calibre there, more yen will breach a constitution. Because Mammy, you don't breach a constitution, only Mabacum. Are you getting it? Intra, now I'm punishing Quaffin, it's a man can make us say, and you even spoke about it. There. Ampe, you see Ampe as what do you call it as an example. There you have one pay. Condition one penny when it's a condition into Mukwa. Mambem. It's not a president way to more punish one. No, you so a pair decided there. Who's the cana? What catch over there? Foko, Mama Ken, Manfanko. You'll be fired. On your piano more, it's sorry, I know come with work interview. Are you getting it? You were appointed by the man. The man can fire you, can also appoint you. It is a man and Judah, you can be fired. Are you getting it? That is the case. And my brother, I can't fire. Baby, I'm a party. No, wait, I'm with Jabum. Come now, or beyond you are missing my name. Then you're door. As I say, my brother, you beyond missing. Come now, I will miss young cocker. 1 year, but you're not Shanza more busy or Ghana. Na padi ke be Mbappe wa ka sam fe ba we janu my engineer o am oza bomo no em yo go me respect na pa oza bomo kro ba de ma chan
but say engineer and chan mo nka na no kana say
okay bro engineer tin don can do enti say respect him pa me tell what friend radio da me ten pa argument nice ones but he enjoy what chen kakra ba ma chen engineer can don ka code of conduct you anga hwe Ozinamaha, Olubuniti, Matsi. The man's in our way, Mekwe, Lucino. Ghana for Apo, Ghana for Mauriciano. They know, they even know better than we do. Ataza, exactly. It's Mammy and Bata and Bakade, Yabaka Kabibini, a brainwash one. Eboa, they know better than you do. Into the man canon politics na Yamaka Chode Jay. Miami Yoda Kwamina, Pentecost in so. Now my friend also for ni bi mu ete no. Oya oka you offended men fellowship hu. Waka Pentecost asoro onya so kakrabo. It's about no your road rather much and dim is
the district pastor tin pa.
Exactly. Now district pastor I advise na. As American point no cry na. Anyway, it's a kwame na. Mama, tell my brother Mwaki. Ewa, but you're good. Oh, we are no with a no. Now, I chance someone. I can't so but fair they would. But everybody that did that one, or be called Benya somebody be a canon. It's a kind of pepe. Because I know for sure that indeed, Mama or constitution in the pa, although you want to be. But they biana in some be ho and be although consider BB in some consider the E abon no coco.
All right.
It's one coco. I would be and take care. I want to be breach. So be breach be ma. Me find the young kada wake. But be breach there Wednesday. It then declare what setter. I'm points out some maka mama job by surprise. I'm telling you, Wednesday.
But engine the president to have my order, then you breach the order.
Kwamina.
It's an affront.
Kwamina, mama can't say me job. Yeah. Young constitution no man go for you. Because if you don't to akada, I say, Paddy and point be a bear as an about copy me out there lawyers be able to know by constitution and Maconde 6 months and 3 months and what have you. Okay. I want woba in there today per the constitution. A bottom of Castle channel or catch out there. Constitution in child on China them. And you know be bottom of Castle channel or there. Exactly. And see a bit more where you're doubting Thomas what day in pack.
And they were doubting the president.
But let me tell you one more example. When MPs went to Akufo-Addo, told him, there, Oforata, President Kaden.
Okay. One man and bring on your IMF anyway. Okay.
Atasa, inti binu mwa, inza maybe wa. What their president was able to my.
All right.
But it's a mammo or set a good example. Everybody will sit up.
Chama Bedasi, engineer.
Kwamina. Maka cho dem kofi kwana womba kabar me baka sem bi wo ethics code of ethics na ide hu de iyunum de bia wotena ho a plan o woti man kwana ye ba fada kabar baba baby a ye fast ye bobo ye do da yakọ shabo na yakọ nti onye mu hu de inde omani niti inyi constitution na kabalfui obi back in kan constitution ya watan na aye muhu born na yan won logban wona wanya professional press wona wanya local press nti yan wo bobol e na wototo na ntem nti hu baby a ebo position debate abrent say debate constitution o kankan ya what's odo okọ law school at wa kankan anker menya lawyer nyu but mamiyim there Article 1, chapter 1. Oh my young there. Embrebia and you reasi ma Uganda Krayima. Other issues in 1992 Constitution, if I'm lying. More ID letters and reading and no day. 1. The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people. Blah blah blah. This is the reading. They say a kinkanas and tasa. Book ya so a show baby. Young kwana yanka jincha as in famra. Ibe ankara adra bench kinkani ine nya adwunu amenya no spokesperson mum Teo I'm not his spokesperson but debate onye nya ye na ankoye ya amawan okoye bawa anke hey ye minimum defending when we do our politics in the way Chairman Appiah na he sees nothing wrong with the NDC. We are not doing this country good. Kwamina Buki constitution Buki bia you are any embrace so be you there in the wisdom of 1991 when they this constitution taught it wise that you embrace P Baba. That is why they said it here in chapter 1 that embrace bia law baba baby and mama the member no since this 1992 constitution the might is what they can say law atar eke jina baby kankan but kwamina mama chow kabaro phone was tie Kabalo from Mamin Charles style what do Kabalen. In 2013 to 2016, Mama no code of conduct or the bay. Ska Okada Eja declare 500 Ghana cedis. Oh, that's a code of conduct. I mean, Mahama, my mum boy didn't show. If he sources some sort of them for Kwamna in there, one Maduka 20,000. Ah. So what may be 19,000 per doji. I like what may be 19,000 per instructions and or the
because on do 20,000.
20. It's a make show that them confuse matrical. About to agree that do so quick and watch and when. This is their lifestyle. Kwamina, what it means here is that say Mr. Prayer what would I pay? So a minister. Remember the pay baby with this baby outside should be us there, us molowa, us molowa, abai, now we timekeeper. Osimolo wani kwamina
onka time
hwe baby otena hwe baby amosota kwamina hwe baby abrenti etena baby amatena kwamina kabarofo nehu okere mama 10,000 edie na momfome ana Mr. Prime asoma president the ken say the tema Mr. kwamina maba office the 10 to san my baby am the 10 back on one the miska you don't have to declare to him atmasa but technically us there above 20,000 bring it to me and I'm
come and declare.
I say
declare.
So if it is so if it is below 20,000 don't declare. Technically that's the meaning. I chaba sibo akehwe school na yakwa ne wa oh
chairman a gift to the tune of 20,000 a gift to the tune of 20,000 come and declare to the chairman monwie
I'm a pastor protect one once and mother no more chenchem I'll know you are sandra mo ebe them
who a minute it is 7 minutes no farmer on here okay so you have a minute chairman
yes aya abana na institution onye sika mutum was IPB aname boa exactly abama was a case come on eyi oji ana wanje
waji
I say
waji
what jobs up there then?
Oh, that's a presidential post, you know.
That's the point. The point is, yes, that's the point. It's one so about to watch it. Now was a question, baby, I won't young Bobby Wo. On the individual person.
But chairman,
exactly.
Chairman,
that is a meaning.
Chairman,
10,000.
Chairman,
what's a 10,000? On the individual, what's a bedroom? For Kobema, a human account to work.
But
that is what the man is saying.
No. But chairman, one cannot whatever institution not say a gift. So we need to have a clear definition of it, whether personal or.
Agree. So we should ask the president because one set example, he had a gift. He had a gift. Of the court, the pool.
It's more than 20,000. It's more than 20,000.
It's honestly, or there's a gift to Kono.
Okay.
Propaganda.
Okay, but I see. Yes, a minute.
Kwamina euda petona untwenwa man support na seminar. No one time. Asema oje members okay. Say wa manso. That is why the gentleman is reading from the constitution telling you
what understand.
Oh.
You don't have anything to understand.
Me ye ni bi o. Kwamina me ye ni bi a mo bia nkede dem anadamu. Kwamina me say me ye ni bi a mo bia na nkasa. Kwamina the question is that one more 20,000 be declare non-core government chest ally. But if it is below so 100. President one can want some now one could see the one can and the president or Yafaba. Obia where the assemblyman, where the unit committee, what do the president master there and when a cabal starts. Come now and be on the 2014, 2016 also be the 500 Ghana come and declare. What has changed under Muhammad that today?
Maybe the Muko by me page or
I can give you.
Yes,
I can give you the page.
Yeah,
Kwamina, a per maybe. Ne when a bone there cabal style. Oh we are baby. Oh we are not in there. Offended. How do you read 144 C and D?
Okay, so
Kwamina
144
C and D. A bone woho. The code of conduct Bama 2014-20 also mentioned today it may be 10,000 a year now you are free to go next year in San Fee studio Mr. Pro can be some man also you can be someone can be
okay engineer who I'm milling to answer
we should go and ask
who I'm milling to answer may I say all right so we see a high Kastle 90.3 FM here is in common on yes. Okay, so that is 20. For now, the current code of conduct, you need hold of it for now. Yes. So, engineer made a reference to the 2013. Yes, 144. That is gifts. Also, the exchange of gifts during official government visit is an accepted practice, and a refusal to accept any cause. Refusal to accept may cause offense. Such gifts are, however, more in the nature of gift to the office than to the incumbent. The minister must relinquish any gift to the secretary to the cabinet to arrange for appropriate display of the item. C. The minister who wishes to retain gifts received in Ghana or overseas may do so, provided see, no, say the minister who wishes to retain gifts received in Ghana or overseas may do so, provided the estimated value is not more than 200 Ghana cedis. That is 2013 then. If the estimated value, if the estimated value is 200 cedis or more, the gift may be retained while in office, but must be declared in the interest of the individual. D. Gift with an estimated value of over 500 Ghana cedis must be relinquished on the leaving office unless the express permission of the president to retain them is obtained. So 2013. Okay, so now figures in now one consider we raise the figures in all. All right, so my main kind of message kakra. Yes, my main kind of message kakra. The reason I call the that's it.
Discuss a way to from what I say. A map comment to be there. Obi more gifter, gift on your one. It's a gift.
Okay.
But the president Kade, Emma no kwana. So it is certain amount to be don't even entertain it. President Waka.
Certain amount, that is exactly. 20,000 threshold.
Bottom will lead you into something.
Chairman, engine that 10,000 can also influence somebody.
Which I will not even dispute it. Inside the catch on there, so you want sitting pa into one declare because another man openly into something.
Okay.
Quickly.
Yes,
I think that on the issue of edge 10,000 to another 5,004 and 20,000, I think that the government spokesperson,
Felix,
Honorable Felix, no in Shemima, they should bring clarity
on that. Yes,
because technically speaking, so remember 10,000 in there. Now it's not the 10,000. Why 20,000?
Yes, but different occasion.
Or different occasion to 10,000. So we need clarity on that. But beyond that, easy. I think we have done well. But you see, respectfully, again.
You don't need to be a lawyer to read constitution.
So that when I'm dealing with him, I know that I'm dealing with a lawyer. Maybe he have gone through the constitution better than me. I must accept that. That is why I wanted to find out.
But Chairman, I also made it clear that
I will are you getting up?
Chairman, the constitution is for us all.
Exactly.
So you read now. We need further interpretation of the constitution.
We go to the law court.
Yes,
exactly. But
certain provisions are clear that you would understand.
Those days you read the Bible. Young choir mammy and papa on church and as young for because mammy when Nabutalo.
All right, Chairman.
Every woman went Bible Pentecost those days. Now what's right? My banana Pentecost, mammy also be my copida. Pentecost, a meeting can more quiet. I'm telling you.
All right, Chairman, may I say? All right, just 10 seconds.
Bible so correct thou shalt not steal. Do you need somebody in here a sophomore church or must steal? Thou shalt not steal like in here sophomore church. So there are portions of the constitution that are purely technical.
Exactly.
You don't play with those things. You know. You see, perhaps me, I'm a broadcast journalist. Maybe and I always say I'm a student of law. So maybe.
We are all learning.
Maybe.
We are all learning.
But
we will read black and white what is being provided.
No, but I don't think that we should focus so much on the who is quoting the law.
Exactly.
I think we should focus a lot more on the law and what it says.
Okay.
I'm up with excellence in Abadu because to take such an initiative is good. No.
Oh, but we're making it clear what did I know. He had made it clear several times.
My name is not on a real call of lawyers. But you see, for the initiative, but then I'm saying that, you see, most Ghana for ye bon hunti. Because pain is it. After by your bona, first one, what's your papa? Main chanchin. A papa. What's an aboko toilet go be sebiate from Frenchem? I send so a papa. I send some an opportunity there. You see, because the ma obe babe nusuban. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let us see. Okay, so we share my own messages in the bra. In fact, the conversation. Why chairman forgive me. Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Host. Today I can recommend President Mahama. He said that by the close of tomorrow he will be sacking all his appointees who failed to declare their assets. I like that. All right. Mr. Host. Why is it that the MPP always want to find issues where there is none? The MPP is now telling us that the Chief Justice belongs to them. Other state institutions heads were there because of the Constitution or set up by the Constitution. So their removal was against the Constitution. So what must be done to those behind it? The laws must be fair, seem to fair. The laws must be seen to be fair. Ephraim Patrick, Communication Officer, Abresia 81. President Mahama is very sensitive. Why? If President Nana think this way, like Ghana will not be at this bad stage. We thank him reducing the dollar from for moderate greetings to. Okay. For moderates, greetings to Commander Nuruddin Kobna Isa from Equation Samuel. All right. What a president, he says, John Dramama. You are the best among the rest. NPP, rest in peace, Boga and Kafo Fie. Exactly 30 minutes past 4. How we will deal with this issue. Yanche, engineer. Remember, yanche minute kakrankrana yanfa etefusu embrimbi. The demonstration ended a demonstration, and then police inviting Afiomakin writing letter urging the police to probe. Isn't common.
Kwamina Mamenda was another Maminjina demonstrators na name Iwo Kasefrido na Mombo Mbrentia Wufi Manto Maha Kwe Kaka ma oyechere chichirinche otedam Kwamina na chamana piano ishawa na adid obo flop wa mona morokun more yadam nti obo flop na Kwamina to my surprise abana ofi abem ene nansa onya busume siempo so to organize damadi otedam nye parties a waka kawo the demonstrator ene da no ye MPP fu ye organize you na mom ye kanwu bi say asma make no me take me ye fighting party me say demonstration ene da ye kwen onye MPP fu organize you na mom MPP aman ye ku ye kanwu bi ye gina mu pa ba 24 hour economy iwu NDP fu baby iwu Apollo or baby yema the press release okwa in there the parties in opposition. Uncle, that work a bomb there. Yent no ma on money mobi pen on baye. Constitution kicking kana wa opposition when you constitution ye duma. What ba be me da won bongu. Kwamina adekra obaka wa wiase mu. Sa parliament geno, sa executive geno ho. Da oya da aka ye re odo kom. Iye the judicial system. Kwamina, you don't have to sit on the fence and say there, man, there all kodo judicial ma in some trouble binom wabo pa man that was start but what send kwanyina in there.
Why always attacking in some trouble?
Messi a binom. Okay. And I'm attacking them because if one would be nominal, I attack one day. On one day, cancer money. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, one would film man. Kwamina, do you know what is happening? Do you know that petition here what show we? I do cry and make big dinner, mammy. Oh, yeah, young can want some young some. You see, a time will come, will be also not for pen and paper. No be be and there one of the petitioners you know what was obi court or cast more judge be train or serwan ni aka petition who petitioner in there or man Ghana ye they would do that pettiness chairman appears okay with it that obi court mo be instruct to be pay or not for pen or cho obi pa only eco bank court. Mana what that some kwaye nimpo. Do you think that actual letter there when you Chief Justice easy? Then comment of NDC communicators. Kwamina, comment of NDC communicator. Kwamina, what's now they are following law. Where is Embrado? Obi Cho petitioner, they refer to Council of State. Council of State or my advisor. It goes here. Yes, of course. But Kwamina commenter all three NDC communicators are not bad show that they've taken a decision. Mustafa Bandi. Is it Mustafa? That guy?
Mustafa Bandi.
Mm-hmm. I have sometimes democracy why all my binomini are quenjebia no morty. Also, that is the exit point. The exit point of the CJ. Kwamina, you get justice appear. One of the communicators to sit in this studio in a speaking note given to Mr. Chairman Apia Obakain that this suspension away simin ye ni fie nkwai. Kwamina asemna we ndu baby allo. Now say if you preempt, if these are comments of government, do you know that if you should the allegation issues, but the president wrote the petition for himself. Because also Boko, and the next in line is Jane. So therefore, young shelling Gina Hode, yellow bo cabinamin cabin no ban.
Okay.
It is not that my men and people who put out now if she stays there, I may say, Wapa for Mr. Apia and Ponko Chief, and say me one Namaka. Let's be careful. Akufado or the judges in Akufado came and met 14 judges. All he left still 14. Check them.
Okay.
The only thing the president did is that either the Obibo will be replacing and Obibo retirement will be replacing.
Okay.
So that propaganda. So give us the list of more than 14 now. What's the president or yen? Today, Kwame, we show you. Sir, Mamman Kansim, no, Obisumra. Kwame, sir, we show you painful tea.
What's it, Pa?
Kwame, Mamman Kansim, intellectuals, university lecture, be with Shama. Okay, Isaac, you are doing well. Operating me, maybe soon Kakankra. And this is thanks. No, Mammy, you are careful the son of program or the yellow question. Ya better, Mammy, and you're rough. Kwamna, ya batsana ya JJ speaking notes in Zamba ya Zabaha, MPP and this mommy and phone for your role.
All right, engineer Medasi.
Kwamna, us and that on Yano Kwara on this show.
On provide
more than 14 judges are present.
Okay, Medasi. Chairman, my mom so 4 to 5 minutes na
my brother also in painful radio but o kasa unte no ono am ye ono you did oh
engineer please ebri no
Kwamina Jano what friend it you mentioned judges but you didn't even limit it to a particular court. High Court president or appointed judges are in 113.
Nanado appoint 113 judges to the High Court.
I'm coming to check. I will check. I will check. Oh, Mapacho. On a High Court too. On a High Court too. Supreme Court. Oh, Mapacho. I was saying. Why not say it and painful say, you know, let's check. Now, Mary. I want to simple for you know. Mapacho. Abortion are more. I don't have the list. Abortion are more. Yes, Mr. Abortion are more. Oh, you Matty. Or that's what you have to wait with that. No, that's what or the mental subacham exactly.
Engineer, please, please.
I want to
please. Ojai, Memo Ojai. Me a bias in what way?
Oh,
Akasa, one more corner, Akasa, Jan Monkasa, me a bias. In what way? No, don't do that. Me a bias in what way? Chama, I mean to. Erkasan, why a former Akasa? I stopped him and allow him to speak, please. Oh, Chama, I mean to.
Thank you, Kwamina. I'm a catcher.
Oh,
so be all case be obtain one damazi on yet. Into Kwamina me enko yin me da wase. Yeah. Kwamina.
But Chairman, I want you to prove that 113 judges now. Oh, you know, I want to know.
Kwamina, the issue is that I don't have the list here. I didn't know that we'll discuss this. But he brought in that particular thing. But when I finish my submission, I will make sure. I will ensure that my search. Then I'll give you the information. Or I will give you the information. Don't worry. Don't worry, Kwamina. You may exposing. May exposing that today. May exposing. And Timon Yambo from Azidemia. Kwamina. You were talking about the demonstration or Kodo or Yandeda. And I'm there, the useless demonstration on Kodo Yandeda. Because when two man cut the reason why I walk or demonstration, Nancha Minimda or Bakade, oh, President, will violate the Constitution. Inti was a petitioner, comma president, will remove the Nefini presidency. Nancha, I will say. And Kofo was a petitioner, but may be in a petition. Obwan, Yansebianim, or hold water. Wait till they call the matter. Nagana Funina would ampa, as some nana worker only. Why you in a rush? Kwamina, the manner in which MPP are politicizing this whole matter would injure the Chief Justice herself. Are you getting it? MPP, they are exposing the Chief Justice politically, Kwamina. Because Mamuni there, they are warye, Sechina committee no. What now? No one would ampa Chief Justice in Wafuma, MPP for Wabayaden. Into the best thing in there. Abandon and follow the due process. It is a what's the Chief Justice. Waba frana wanyana kam sensi kra. Waraka there. Why your bonny be order waka wan samano? Sis ya wanka there, Chief Justice. Why your bonny be way in easy? Unless the water waka summon one with no qual para Chief Justice will breach law be. Never in put Chief Justice on you want a casa. Engineer to employ me out there. I'll go to Constitution, we'll go to Constitution. Chief Justice is it. On your day, abaye, some more call it demonstration, useless demonstration. I see, on your day, abaye, because the law is the law. And so what is your problem?
All right.
You are making this country ungovernable, ungovernable because of John Dramani Mama. Abazan watch show John Dramani Mama no. Market can one summer at the time and a much power. Emma, in there, Pepena Mina Yanadum, Magana far to Abachi. Still, a man, sorry, Wakandampo, a man or Rubuno, your friend, or the town I catch a gun for them. Go back 30 seconds. 30 seconds. A man, Mamma Rubuno, or you want to feel on Wabakado, you want Fiano, what better one make Ghana ungovernable no Biamu there, Mamma to govern. Miss someone, won't you, Chief Justice Sankasasi? On your day, about the law is the law. Let the law work.
But I want that clarification before, because I've been trying to look for it. Joel, one more 3 minutes, Yanko.
Okay, thank you. Demonstrations, right? Inti demonstrations, I mean, all of us as Ghanaians, we have the right to demonstrate. Yes. So if you read Article 21, 21D of the Constitution, it gives us all the right, to and the freedom to partake in processions and demonstrations. So I think that on that score, some time passed when it was said that Jubilee House in Enyimwano or security zone. I kept asking several times, how the Jubilee House in Enyimwano security zone? I mean, but today, the definition of security zone will change, so we can demonstrate to a Jubilee House anymore. I'm happy as a Ghanaian that there is a new president and a new administration now, or allow for demonstration even in front of the Jubilee House, because I may feel there, it's not a security zone. So I'm happy that after demonstration in our nature, there was he. And now was a baby ma asembiaba. So it means that Ghana Police Service so bad. Go already. The Public Order Act that's a per demonstration. You have to give the police a 5 days, notice, So Ghana Police Service so why is it that even when the RTT report that some of them were provoked, they held their ground. Until for once, Ghana Police Service so bad. Now the court in the Attorney General, and so Obake chain there. In fact, they was the worker court there in che or stop, this demonstration, but they withdrew it.
Yes,
and they allowed it to go. So I think that say in democracy,
was it not an afterthought?
It was an afterthought. But regardless, they did it. In democracy, let's learn to be tolerated, But come now, it is bordered on Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. And me, for one, say there's an attack on the legislature, the judiciary, the executive, and even the fourth estate or the realm, which is the media. I think that our issue or the Ghana be interested. Into students in this country must be interested in what is happening at the judiciary. We must be interested. But mentasi, if I think about it, why is it that there is one political party that is defending the Chief Justice as though relax? Oh, Pocho. As though the Chief Justice, or a lay person like me. And then before you become a Chief Justice, you must have risen through the ranks from the lower court to the Superior Court. And I've served for, I think, over 20 years. Before you can even qualify to serve on the bench of the Supreme Court. This is a Supreme Court judge. A lawyer of many years of practice. It is so obisi assembly reason na say onyembra. The lawyer, when I would to for there, I say assembly for court. This is an officer of the court. So obisi assembly reason na say onyendawa. Why must he take political party?
But who told you that?
Engineer.
Yeah, in the name of Amen. We are not doing it only in the name of him.
All right,
we are saving the judiciary, not him.
All right,
Okay.
yes.
Can try that.
So whichever chief justice that comes, so let's even assume that it is the office and not the person.
Yes.
Whichever chief justice that comes, on your sebi, it's a from French with the greatest respect. On your sebi shoemaker, still obey justice of the Supreme Court before you become a chief justice. You get the point. So I think that if indeed this is a matter of concern for Ghana, you would have seen that students would have arose. There we are fighting for the workers would have, TUC would have. But this time around, why the and political? So it is political party they are fighting for the chief justice. That's one. Two. I mean, if you ask me, in this particular instance, even 296C, respectfully, I don't think that it applied to this particular instance.
All right.
Because 296 only talks about the use of discretionary powers, right? Now, the argument that have been made on the 296C, say 296C.
Yes, just a second, spec. Now, even we are home into me. Yeah, no, we are home into me. Yeah, for the time.
No, 296. No, now we hold on to
okay,
it.
yeah.
But you see there, in this Chief Justice matter, President, he has shown respect for the 1992 Constitution. Every step of the way.
Okay.
Amazing. On this Chief Justice matters. Meanwhile, one clause.
President will
breach in the Constitution.
You know what I say? 0244-408-046, 0244-408-354. Good evening.
Good evening.
Chairman, Alaji, 10 seconds, me too.
Yo, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
The demonstration now quite this. You bani dialogue.
Okay.
Mpenfu de you wese kaka finje aboa. Yenyi mkodi wa mu alasa watala mu tumi. Na mum so dina sa opposition wejina de dia mama basana ko secretary terms on the wejina so that many problem. Na mum see that justice ndeze na work kaneze me yenko ne nyaje. Because so being all the petition up there, being also on getting channel. What for results and somebody? Even at all. In Ghana, for is a mandate, pen and NDC, then your mama do own Ghana, not Ghana, in your better Ghana. If you say, my me, you walk in Obama, yeah, what is wrong with that? That my middle no be sure I'm my uncle to why in Eduma. I didn't see that my middle corner say Gani Boko Yin, that my middle corner and Gani.
All right, okay. Well, I know to me. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh. Good evening. Chairman, me too. Okay. Prove.
Kastle FM.
Okay.
Kastle FM 90.3. Heavy.
Chairman, may I say? All right, may I say? Abba, may you do? Me too.
Hey, brother.
Abba.
Last week, no me, no me, I did a cafe.
Yo, me too.
One point me.
Christ and out of my car.
Catch a dick, the name called me, I'm a say. Moka broke woman for what man. Into my say, aye. And the man coach for class at Chamoko man kissing.
All right.
Moka Cassaway or China, why you wanna. All my the whole fans, my windows, one hour brinty. Hey, you were funny than Kwame. Mama come for no matter how many noises I will make, the law is the law. Kwana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and they say I may fit tokono no bluff na American. Nti MPP for pe wonye dedem ko, wonye dedem bra. Emra no de ho, won ko should. Wo for His Excellency businessmen for aka chalaka. Odonama. Abedi si no release ma edwumoku di de enyo. All of the Makanu Koshi. Inti the institution of any ejuma. Yet Ghana Emma President Mua bribery scandal. Yenuchia on your one.
Okay.
Make a honum or your chocolate. No, but no bay and shall watch it. Then I hear one you may Enzo Parker Kraka, Nina, and you come catch a one.
I'll be your domain. I say.
No one fresh one with Yala Magana Ho. And Yala Payan to our bedroom.
May I say, I will be your do. All right. Obisu Embremi B. I fetch up. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening,
I am at 10 seconds, mean too.
I'm making an such I could be missing. Where's our for sure? This is the position of the one that was. We want to know the cost of million. I don't do lithium. I lithium.
And to bring on Savannah.
Only 300 books, not to buy only stop at 300. Size 5. Size 5. Malacata, I can have not a size 5 or a 280. Nothing. Okay. What's the I can bear? Size 5, huh? Or a 280. Even about 250. I can so lithium for so for me, and I'm not going to go. I want to know my job is baby Monday. I'm a come out and we are
I can barely reach it. I can and I'm also American. It's a more
concerning to justice with Chesa or your contrary to the law. And you cannot remember. Not the man shop only been brothers. No, I'm going to start to mark him or you know, but Jama has a money with the hour or them black
okay. Master with us, good evening. Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir. All right, thank you, John too.
Kastle FM.
Feel up power.
Okay. All right.
90.3 heavy.
Oh, okay. I'm unable to make a say. Good evening.
Good evening, Uncle.
Oh, sorry, my main you. I'll be much. Good evening.
Good evening, Usman.
Yeah, could you both hear me too?
You will see me big. Yeah, a declaration of access. No. President Mama said, or the 4 months stay at the other. It shows the other. No. President Mama would say, said your year board said, Obia and Minia Galaxy, well, the ministers now. Obia about another for a guarantee, obey lady. Now, when would you? The first declare what is that? I don't know. President Mepa Chawasa. Maybe the president I can make you money. To make you money. Because I'm a farmer.
Okay.
And then was President Mama. Also, I'm from farmer late Professor Moss. Emma, Sikano.
Why you Michigano? There's a no scarce moment piano. So, oh, one year. Oh, I said the ministers did
May I say, can you feel doing that? Good evening.
Good evening, Uncle.
Yes, sir.
That would make it if you are brown.
All right, that would mean to you.
Uncle, I'm Poto. And you say to Chief Justice now from the MPP for what Jata when you want to send now.
Minimo.
We there the way a war ball or man no chrono no. When you there Chief Justice no. I'm running Zima. Ofi hope asama to one mutu ya albedo homa wunya wa ko jail one by one intina ma mina semi o jata win what then because chief justice
asam court on your supreme court nkuti na wodi asam ana
honorable but he MPP for the way I worry no I see for them ma me no I want to say, Ghana, you didn't know when you're Ghana for your demonstration. Not MPP for your demonstration.
MPP for your Ghana for.
What Ghana for no
all right.
It's no pure, Sikana waiting.
Okay, good evening. I'm Jennifer, me too. Nyamiadumo.
Kastle FM. For better for worse, so Kastle FM for bomb.
All right. But I see. All right. Nyame nkawaso. Okay. Mintum mfa ofrefu babio yemfensi wa hana yan sorry oye jume zenodo. I see. Even if Nana Mahama want to sack even if Mahama want to sack the CJ and goes for the third term, what is their beef? Uncle Paul Bacano. Okay. Uncle Paul Medasi. Okay. All right. Chairman.
Yes,
Yanko, just 10 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Oh, one comment.
Yes,
10
seconds.
Not say Akufo-Addo appointed a Supreme Court for judges where 7. But my catch on appointed 15. I will make one number. But the comment I'm read that for about 30 seconds. Want to me read, but that's my brother Pra.
On High Court,
High Court. Listen, we on back. You know what we on back. But it is there. Yeah, Baba. Okay, I won't jam come as I'm coming now. My Kenya any there. MPP for. One time, na mama. Man in Fanchina one. Man, I will be able to put or Trecano. One time, man, papa. Come now. They can palm me in Chamin paying for me one. Come I'm a French among you.
All right.
Yeah, I did. Now I'm fighting Chesumami and this phone paying for what bought my mama or Lubugana money. And I don't know if a fair femma. Into other way, you BB.
Okay.
Kwamina, you see, say what to them, Mama is the hope, ne, oba no hope, roy, way doja. If you are to there, ewa, umpi in example, more there, kakawana and prebaka. I never said here, the Supreme Court, Miss Oboto 14.
Yes. No, Oja 14.
Wager 14. In a Trump, Central Fiado, my Trump, if from Nekaka there, 100 Supreme Court judges. No, it's not more than that. No, you see, the argument I'm doing is that it's not all one wager Supreme Court. I am planting. Chairman,
please. Chairman, allow, please allow.
Yes. Make the Supreme Court judges. Me yes specific. Now would the High Court bim. Mr. Oboto Supreme Court judges 14. Na when speaking notes in there. What wait from the method wait from my catching. No one number there. I could find out point more than 14 in America there. I said, I'll point to 14. All if you want to why 14, he made 14. All if your office is 14, I can name them for you.
All right.
And I will get that there. High Court, why 100 and why 100 and something? No, it is not true. In the end, that catch a chairman. That method, the gun of who we are.
But I see.
Okay,
but I see. Yanko, 10 seconds, pay Yanko.
Yeah, problem with that. Me just there, me Kenya no, inya oye chairman. Enti omeyina then. Yeah, correct. Ya unka kanka along the way. Mazi me feed there. CCR say pure, say NDP, say NDC, MPP, whatever party. Yenya one president of the republic.
Okay.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Omen na yen supporting. Bia ozinensia one fancy yen kanchen. Na moya oyen so yen support.
Let us see, Joel. Ankato, don't be disappointed in me. Memakaru message. You see, in all the 8 years, Nanado appointed 54 High Court judges. And that is the fact. Apia is suffering from credibility crisis, and let him provide the evidence that shows that Nanado appointed 133 High Court judges. There is none. Again, it is also true that Nanado met 14 Supreme Court judges, and when Nanado was leaving office, the judges of the Supreme Court were still 14. So where did Nanado park the Supreme Court? I don't get it. All right. From Ankato made us say, may read the message now. Okay, every say they see Mrs. Kwame Suman Yanda and Jumokua was saying as Ridge Royal Hotel, Damaso Betway Game Park, Telecel, High Sense, NFE, Anointed Engineering Services Limited, 1 year in Jumokua, Wabuema, Yazebe. But Asana Yabosono, happy birthday, and comma, twin brothers, Emmanuel Payne, Gozo, NFE, Edmond Kakra. Gozo, and when you know the Mibra Kesi what Tama Committee 12 from Oye Sopon, Oyazam, Blackus, or say Yamfa and more happy birthday from Kastle 90.3 FM. Wishing you prosperity, long life, and then more blessings ahead of you. So, Oye happy birthday in Koma, the twin brothers, Emmanuel Payne, Gozo, NFE, Edmond Kakra, Gozo. Happy birthday to you all. Every say they see. Yami so yina. Yami admoch na yebesenesha. Have a wonderful good evening. Ya crown. Bye bye.